Have you watched the movie Luca yet? I have already watched it 3 times over. I tend to do that when I find something that I really like. The biggest question that remains after watching it is, of course, but is it gay? Believe me when I say I had to physically stop myself from asking it out loud while watching. Several times during the movie I really wanted to, but I didn't. Because boy are there clues. Not only did I stop myself because someone in my company already mentioned it, you know who you are. The follow-up question was, of course, but what if lesbians? And the answer to that is always yes. Which had me draw Luca and Alberto as lesbians. Why, you ask? Well, no one else was gonna do it. If you want something in life, it's sometimes the best to just do it yourself. I also tried not to ask out loud if the movie had a gay undertone. Probably, maybe, perhaps because we are taught that gayness is something icky and only seen in a sexual context. So seeing it in a children's movie is deeply inappropriate by default due to the characters being kids, right? Is it? Of course not. Straight relationships in kids' movies is okay, but for some magical reason, it suddenly turns inappropriate if you switch, I don't know, Kovu to Vitani, which is a great ship, by the way. Gayness is normal and natural and comes in all ages. I was a raging lesbian 5-year-old at one point. Fear me, homophobes. Especially looking at you over there, Mickey. Is it weird to sense there's a romantic connection between male and female characters in like any other kids movie where the characters are kids as well? Nah, didn't think so. There are simply way too many gay metaphors in this darn fish movie that makes too much sense not for it to work perfectly with the gay subtext, right? Things like conversion therapy, hiding who you are, having a crush, running away together. This scene, my friend smells amazing. Outing. The very cliche romantic farewell at the end. Abandoned by a parent. Newfound family. Outing. Gay nanas. Outing. Some kids will never accept him. Gay, male, flag, color scheme. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just kidding, I have more to say. Luca is in an age where many people discover that they're gay, and when he meets this other boy who seems to be much more confident about who he is, Luca decides he wants to run away with him. Meeting Alberto is a safe haven for Luca, who for the first time in his life realizes that there are other ways to live your life than to waste it hiding who you really are. A feeling that I recognize from when I started to make other friends who were also LGBT. You suddenly start to realize that maybe you're not the messed up one. Maybe the world is, but you can still find a way to be happy and be who you are. The relationship between the boys and their families is also a very relatable one. You have on one side Luca, whose mom and dad just wants the best for him, and they don't want their son to engage with the surface because they know that if the humans find out that he's a sea monster, he could be in huge potential danger. They just want him to be safe at all costs, even if it means sending him away further into the closet until his curiosity for the surface world is gone. Now, where does this sound familiar again? We don't know a lot about Alberto's family situation or why his father really decided to abandon him. Of course, fathers leave their kids behind all the time, and there is seldom any other reason for it than he just wasn't feeling this whole father thing. But it could also be a huge metaphor for this gay subtext. A lot of parents shun their kids when they come out and ends up throwing them out from the only home they've ever known. Once the boys have started to explore the human world, the threat of being outed as sea monsters is always present. Alberto is more aware of the dangers, as seen when he keeps reminding Luca that the townsfolk wouldn't treat him well if they knew of their secret. All of this ultimately leads to Alberto outing himself in front of Julia to prove a point to Luca. But instead of siding with him, Luca shows a similar reaction to Julia before later outing himself to her as well. This betrayal plays in so well with the gay subtext that you could literally change the word sea monster with gay and it would work almost perfectly. There's just too much to just ignore, you know? My favorite clue about the whole movie being gay is the way that Alberto and Luca's sea monster character design together create the gay male flag color-wise. You couldn't make this shit up. They had no reasons to do that, but they did, and I'm here for it. And about the drawing, I'm quite happy about how the characters look, although I wish I would have taken a little more time to put some details in Alberto's hair. Alberta. I also decided to put his long hair fringe thing on the back of her head instead to make up more of a girly hairstyle. Overall, I think it's safe to say that I put most of the work on Luca. I sort of tend to favor one character more than the others, which tend to show a lot in my drawings. I wanted to mimic the art style of the movie as much as possible to keep them looking like themselves. And as you can see, the background was where I almost completely gave up. I'm not even sorry, I tend to rush things at the end. That's just how it is. Had I not rushed this idea, I would have cracked the idea to make the fishy parts of the kids' color scheme of the lesbian flag, since I mentioned earlier that the boy sea monster color scheme aligns perfectly with the gay male flag. But I am not that smart. 10,000 likes on this video and I will draw their sea monster design using the lesbian flag color scheme. Promise. Should I make more videos where I lesbify movies? I've already made a few screen cap redraws of Disney movies over at my Instagram, but I would love to draw some more, because putting more lesbians in any piece of media automatically makes it better. We all know that already. Which movies would you like to see made into lesbians? Let me know down in the comments. I hope you like this drawing.